about Moises Caicedo. I think Gary Neville said it the other night as being the best midfield player in the Premier League.
Oh, he's very close. He wouldn't be the best for me. I would, if you're talking about all-round midfield player, I would say Declan Rice would just pip him for me. I just think he's got an extra little bit of quality with the ball. But there's no doubt over the last, not just this season, if you think from sort of Christmas onwards, last season, he was good as anybody in the Premier League. Fantastic performance. And don't forget, it was Liverpool and Chelsea battling out for his signature 18 months ago. But I think Declan Rice just has the edge in terms of his passing.
I thought it was Gravenberch. I thought it was Ryan Gravenberch. It's no more Ryan Gravenberch, it's now Declan Rice. Oh, before it used to be Declan Rice. Before you guys transitioned to Ryan Gravenberch. Now it's now Declan Rice again. I don't know what kind of feelings or what kind of, I don't want to say hatred, like what does Jamie Gallagher has against Chelsea? What does Jamie Gallagher has against Chelsea? No disrespect to Declan Rice and Ryan Gravenberch. But I think when it comes to defensive midfield in the world of football currently, now, this guy is number one before anybody else. I repeat, this guy is number one before anybody else. The issue that this guy has, and many of his other teammates that are as good as he is that they play for Chelsea. That is their only problem, is that they play for Chelsea. Because if they don't play for Chelsea, they'll be getting most of the praise that they are not getting as of now. Because what do you mean the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League is not Moses Caicedo? What do you mean it's not Moses Caicedo? I listened to his reason. He said in terms of passing and everything, Declan Rice also edges in him. Before I prove that wrong, because that is actually wrong. Before I prove that wrong, I just want to say this. I don't think since Declan Rice moved from West Ham to Arsenal, he has been that natural DM, defensive midfielder. No, I think he has transitioned into something else a little because he's more of a box-to-box person, kind of. He's operating more like an 8 now instead of actually a DM. Yes, Declan Rice, if you actually watch Arsenal games, he does not actually operate as like a typical or a natural defensive midfielder. That's why most of the time you have Thomas Partey on the pitch while he's still on, because he's not actually doing, the natural obligation of a defensive midfielder. He has transitioned into actually something else. But this guy right here, Moses Caicedo, is the best. He's not just the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League, he's also the best defensive midfielder in the world. The kind of performance that this boy drops for Chelsea every single day, he drops world-class performances every single day. Moses Caicedo is by far a better defensive midfielder than Ryan Gravenberch and Declan Rice. In every aspect of the game, he's better than them. He might not be as silky as Ryan Gravenberch, in terms of handling the ball and everything. Although everybody has a way of playing their own football, they have their own pattern. But this guy edges them in almost everything. Every single thing, including passing. Like Jamie Gallagher said that Declan Rice is better than him. Now let's take a look at this guy's passing compared to Declan Rice. Now, these people are defensive midfielder. I'm mostly supposed to be comparing their defensive stats instead of, any other thing. But the only reason why Jamie Gallagher thinks that Declan Rice is better than him as a defensive midfielder, because he said Declan Rice is, edges in, in the passing area of the game, which is actually not true. It is not true. Defensively and passing, Moses Caicedo edges. In fact, defensively, he clears Declan Rice. When it comes to passing, yes, there's a little bit of closeness there. But Moses Caicedo see edges Declan Rice in terms of passing, because I think that is one underrated part of his game that most people don't really look at. Because whenever he wins the ball, he can drive and he throws so many long passes from that Chelsea midfield. Now let's take a look at this. This is Moses Caicedo, by the way. This season so far, that's what I'm going to compare it to. He has assists 0, expected pass 0.24, touches 79.7, big chances created 0, key passes 0.1. Now accurate pass per game 59.9, that's 91%. Accurate from his own half 28.9, that's 94%. Now, take notes, because I'm going to show you Declan Rice's own. Now passes from opposition opposition half 88%. Long balls 47%, cheap passes 57%, and accurate passes, I can't really, it's going to see that not actually does that, but that is 100%. Now let's look at Declan Rice passing as a defensive midfielder. And this is Declan Rice. The only thing that Declan Rice has on this list more than Moses Caicedo is assists and big chances created and key passes per game. The only reason why this is so is because Declan Rice mostly operates mostly closer to the box than Moses Caicedo is. That's why I told you that he's not playing as a natural DM anymore. Yes, Declan, if you watch Arsenal matches, you clearly see it there. He's mostly operating closer to the box. He's mostly almost, if not inside the box, he's just outside the 18 area when Arsenal are attacking. He's mostly in there to pick pass in and everything. That is why he's getting more assists and and of course Arsenal has better finishers than Chelsea. But that's not an excuse. It's mainly because Declan Rice plays as a box, mostly in the box than he is outside the box compared to Moises Caicedo. That's why he has more assists and more be chance created per game than Moses Caicedo. But every other single thing here, Moses Caicedo playing in the long passing, accurate passes, every other team, Moses Caicedo have a lot of things over him. Look at the percentage compared to what Moses Caicedo has. He has 92. I think in the other one, Moses Caicedo has 98. Almost every team here, Moses Caicedo has it more than Declan Rice. So how does Declan Rice clear in the passing? Jimmy Gallagher, how does Declan Rice clear Moses Caicedo in terms of passing as a midfielder? How does he claim? How? I would have come here and be showing you people the defensive statistics of both of these players, but it will be too embarrassing for Declan Rice because Moses Caicedo actually clears him on that list. Like, he's not close in terms of defending as a defensive midfielder. Moses Caicedo play Declan Rice. Now everybody has their own pattern of play. Somebody like Ryan Gravenberch, he doesn't actually have to slide tackle to actually win his ball. He mostly uses his height and everything, to win his ball and everything. Moses Caicedo, on the other hand, he believes in sliding, using it. He also uses his body to to weigh the opponent and all that. But in terms of ball winning percentage, area duel, everything, this guy has it better than both Ryan Gravenberch and Declan Rice. So how are these two midfielders better than him? How are these two defensive midfielders better than Moses Caicedo? How is it? Like I told you, the only problem this guy has is that he plays for Chelsea, and that is the problem that somebody like Mark Cucurella has to. Because you people cannot name me somebody, a defensive midfielder in the world that is better than Moses Caicedo at this moment. In fact, as far as this 2025 is concerned, this season and 2025 is concerned, there is no defensive midfielder in the world close to the level of Caicedo. There is no defensive midfielder in the world close to the level of Caicedo. Look at Caicedo against PSG. Look at him, he shot the midfield down. Look at him against Liverpool. Look at him against Liverpool, against Ryan Gravenberch. Look at him. Did Gravenberch even showed in the game? He didn't even show in the game. Minus the goal that he scored, his performance was master. Like, he was world class. What this boy does in every game for Chelsea is class. Every single minute, this boy is dropping match winning performance for Chelsea every single time. The ball winning, he can pass, he can run with the ball. This boy his ability on the ball is so underrated. His ability when he's on the ball, his ability on the ball is so underrated because there's no amount of passes, there's no kind of passes that this guy cannot give. There's no kind of passes that Moses Caicedo cannot give compared to Ryan Gravenberch in fact, Ryan Gravenberch does not even have long range passes. It's not in terms of long range passes. Ryan Gravenberch does not have long range passes than Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo. This is something that Moses Caicedo has over Declan Rice. Gravenberch is more of a more controlling DM. When he gets the ball, at the half turn, he releases his short pass and it's fine. But everybody has different way of playing their football. But when it comes to the defensive area of this midfield, as a defensive midfielder, both Ryan Gravenberch and Declan Rice are not on this guy's level. This guy is better than the two of them. Take it or leave it. He is way better than the two of them as a defensive midfielder.